Good morning, everyone. Hi, Mom. I'm just here to show you a little project that I've been playing with this morning. Another way to use up my napkins. I decided that I wanted to create a faux glassine bag, but pretty much all napkin. So I had these really pretty napkins gifted to me from Candy, and I took some tracing paper, and this is just from the dollar store. I think I did pay $1.25. It might have been $2, I don't know. But it was cheap compared to getting it at Michael's. Anyway, I use a full sheet of this. Because I use a full sheet of this, I cut my napkin in half so that you get that length and you're not wasting a whole bunch of tracing paper. So I went ahead and I decoupaged, well, I didn't actually decoupage. I used gel medium this time just to try. And here's the one that I used. It's really inexpensive. Got it at Michael's. Really cheap. So for projects like this, I like to use, the really inexpensive stuff because it doesn't really matter. So I've already gone ahead and I've done half, obviously. So all you do is you just take your tracing paper, you cover it with your gel medium, and you lay your napkin down. I use a heat gun to dry it a little bit and then go over the top with some more gel medium. If you don't do that, your napkin remains too wet. And then when you go to put the top on, you're going to tear your napkin. You know how I know that? Can you guess? Yes, I did it. So, dry in between. And then I just cut it in half. So now I have a second piece. And then all I did was I folded the edge back, just a narrow strip, and this is definitely no measuring and not perfect. It's just a fun little project. So I just did that, and then turn it around and fold it up so that it's pretty much meeting it at the edge there, and just give that a crease. Now you've got all this extra leftover bit. So I just took my scissors and trimmed that part off. And this is where it would be nice, but not 100% necessary to be even. And don't worry about it right away because you are going to trim some of this away. And then turn it over or turn it around and cut the other end off. Okay, so now you basically have a tube. Now, at this point, I'm not gluing anything. All I'm doing is folding. Now, with a glassine bag, you know how they have the little top that sticks out, and then they have the back piece that flips up. So that's exactly how I'm going to do it. And all you're going to do is decide how much you want to turn up. I do about this much, so let's measure that after I do it and see how much that is for all of you who really like measuring. It's almost 3/4 of an inch. So approximately that, 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch. Just to get your crease line. And then on this side, I'm not worried about that right at the moment. Okay, so once you've got your crease, undo it. Now you want to get rid of your bulk. So this part, so that would be your front. Unless, of course, you want to, let's do it the other way, because I've got one not going that way. Let's do it the other way. So let's fold it this way. As I already have one that way. I want the butterflies on the other one. Okay, get your crease. Now this is your front. So your front piece is now the bottom of the back. That's what you want to take off. So open it up. And then just cut along that crease till you get to your center crease. And then you're just going to nip that off up to the crease. Okay, so you've taken away that bulk. But when you fold it up, now you'll notice this more with paper than with napkin because it's actually very pliable. But with paper, when you're doing it this way, you want to sort of trim off just a hair off the edge here in like a little triangle so that it doesn't bulk up the corners. This one is, well, it's not folded perfectly, so Let's just crease that again at the bottom. Okay. And what I would do is now I'd fold this piece open and just take off, because I don't know, that's probably not going to show, but let's try. Right here, you see the little bend? Okay, so that's extra bulk. That's what you want to take off. So you just take your scissors and you just make a triangle cut, okay? So that when you fold that back and then fold that up, you no longer have that bulkiness in the corner. And like I said, you won't notice it as much using the napkin, but you will if you use paper. Okay, so now I've got that look. Well, now I want to create my little top. So all I did was, and again, extremely organic, just take your scissors and make a triangle cut on the corner here and on the corner here. And no, they're not even, but okay, that is going to bug me, so I will even it up a little bit. Okay, but I still need to take this part off, so open it up and then just sort of, if they're even, yeah, cut corner to corner. Mine aren't even, so it doesn't matter. I'll just make it even. Okay, and then you need to take this part off where the triangle meets, because you don't want that part showing. Just like that. There's your glassine bag. Now at this point, of course, I would go ahead and ink it. And again, wow, that's really crooked at the top. The OCD is really not good. Okay, that's better. So there's your little glassine bag. And at this point, I would use like a dye ink, or you can use VersaFine, or you can use Archival. It's really up to you. Gee, I wonder, no, that blue wouldn't look good. But I have one already kind of set. So I'll use this one. Just to give it a little darkness, because, you know, we all know I like that vintage grungy look. And the reason I'm using the dye ink, because I know someone's going to ask, is because I use gel medium. And this will dry without smudging, whereas the Tim Holtz Distress will not. It will still be able to, you know, move around, and that's not probably good if you have this in between pages and you don't want to transfer the ink to your pages. I'm not saying this is an instant dry on something like this, like over gel medium. It still takes a little bit to dry. If you're using dye ink on paper, it's almost instantaneous that it's dry, which is why it's no good for embossing powders, because it dries too quickly and you can't stick the embossing powder to it before it's dry. I just got back from Nanaimo, had a great time with a girlfriend. Got some lovely trim given to me from Joy, her mother, and had a lot of fun. Had a bottle of wine and girl talk, and yeah, it was fun. Good time. And then we looked at each other's books, and boy, I wish Joy had a channel, because her books are really beautiful. She does wonderful mini albums. Okay, so now that would be glued up, and then you would just run your bead of glue along the edge. And if you wanted, you could just, you know, if you wanted to cover up that color, you just rub your ink pad down a little ways, because when you open the pocket, you'll be able to see it still. So there you go. And so then I'm just going to crease that nice. Take my A-lanes, and this is where you need to be a little careful. You don't want to put your glue too close to the inner edge, or you're going to glue your bag shut. And fold that back, stick that down, and then flip it over, Run your glue here. And there you go. There's your little glassine bag. Now you can leave them as just little bags that you tuck into tuck spots, or you can actually glue it down to a page because it has the gel medium, which is a glue. When you add glue to it, just stick nice on your page. But you still have that nice, what am I trying to say? Your napkin doesn't become too dark. Sometimes when you're putting napkins on different things, especially like if you're using craft paper or tea stain paper and you're putting a napkin, it will darken the napkin because it does show through. When you're adding your mediums like decoupage or whatever, it makes your napkin a little translucent, and then of course the underneath color will bleed through. So using the tracing paper, it's almost, well, I don't know if that, oh, bad lighting. Sorry, it's a beautiful day today, but the light is shining in. So it kind of gives it a really nice, I don't know, almost a translucent look. But it's pretty, and it's another way to use up some napkins. So thanks for watching, you guys. Have a wonderful day. Bye.